How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price. Maybe this is the time that you pick up some of these keys. Maybe it's not. It's hard to tell. We will dive into the numbers and see what is what, and I will give you my honest advice and feedback. Also, before we get into this video, if you want to head over to collectorscomics.com, we are running weekly auctions every single weekend on Sunday. One will end and a new one will begin, and they run all week. So if you want to pick up some stuff, we've been running auctions every weekend on eBay for over 15 years. So now we're slowly porting those over to our website. Also, if you want to consign to one of those auctions, same great, 5%, lowest in the nation, in the world, in the universe. Can't beat that price. No buyer's premium. That's stupid. It's just another way to think people are not paying that much in fees, but they really are. It all works out to the same. So I'll get into that in another video. But nonetheless, 5%, collectorscomics.com. Pick up some great stuff. All right, let's get into the video. All right, first up is we got Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. This is first appearance of Spider-Gwen. A 9.8 recently sold for $7.84. And in January, it was averaging $8.88. So that's down 12% in the last 6 months, basically. And then of all 2023, it averaged $10.15. So it's down 23%. And then it peaked in 2022. People asked me to put the year when it peaked, so this one was in 2022. For 2,500, that is down 69% from that peak. I don't see any signs of it slowing down. I don't see any signs of it, the curve slowing down, of it going down. Nothing. It's just been going this, literally just this like all the way down. So I think my speculation is still going to go down. If we do this again in 6 months, it'll probably have gone down from where it was 784. So my prediction is this is still going to continue to drop. How much, at what pace, I don't know, but it has shown zero signs of anything, of any resistance of it slowing down from dropping. So expect this book to keep going down. Where it'll end up, I don't know. It won't drop forever, but I don't know. Maybe it ends up around the $500 mark for a 9.8. I don't know. And you guys are like, David, you're crazy, but it could. All right, next we got Captain America 117, first appearance of the Falcon. And a 7.5, a 7.5 recently sold for $274. In January, it's averaging $456. Wow, down 40% in 6 months. And in all 2023 is averaging $505, down 46%. And then it peaked back in 2021 for $1,300. That is down 79%. This one is continues to drop. If you want to know the other grade ranges, because I'm only putting one on here. I glance at them all. Pretty much all dropping across the board for the Falcon. I don't even know the Captain America movie comes out next year or the end of this year. One of those, either early next year, maybe like February, March, or something next year. I don't know. It's just not enough to pique people's interest to want to buy the book. So not much I'll say. I think it's still going to continue to drop. And so, yeah. All right. Next up is we got Avengers number 8, first appearance of Kang the Conqueror. In a 6.0, one just sold for $500. In January, it was $725, down 31%. And of all 2023, it was about 1,081, so that's down 54%. And then it peaked in 2021. Look how high it peaked. 2,700, down 81%. So this one just went sky high. A lot of people thought Kang was going to be the new baddie in the new Avengers. I think they even called the new Avengers movie like the Kang Dynasty or something along the lines of that. They kept changing the name. So, and we saw Kang in Ant-Man. He got defeated by ants. And then he showed up in Loki Season 2, which I'd never finished. That's the thing with like TV shows that I really don't like, is they take so long, is I forget everything. I'm like, okay, who's that character again? Unless I go back and rewatch the first season before the next season comes out, it's like, can you just stick to a normal schedule? Like when I grew up, it was literally you got 25 episodes of a show roughly, and it went literally for 9 months. They took the summer off, and then boom, once again, whatever, fall or whenever it started again, you got 25 more episodes. So you were never that detached from it. It's like, oh, it's only 3 months between seasons, maybe 4 or 5 months between seasons. But now it's like so long. Like there's a show I like, Severance. It was on Apple Plus or whatever they call it. And I like the show. But the new season is not going to come out for I don't know how long. And I don't like I'm not going to remember it. Especially if it's like multiple seasons deep where it's like okay, say you're on the 4th season like The Boys or something. Like The Boys is a little better. They come on more regularly. But say it's a show that comes out like every 2 or 3 years and it's just like wait, what happened in the first season? Because that was like 15 years ago. It's like, come on. Like, it's so annoying. But nonetheless, he's on Lucky Season 2. He is not the big baddie anymore. They realized that the character sucked. He's not threatening at all. Why should he be the big baddie? They couldn't get a writer to stick around. They kept on rewriting everything. And then the actor was a POS and did something. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. And was going to go to jail, not go to jail, all sorts of stuff. And then his agent dropped him, his publishers dropped him, Marvel dropped him, everyone dropped him, and I don't know what's happening to him now. I don't care. Anyways, but nonetheless, he's done, and he was Kang, and so Kang's done, and he wasn't a great character, so he won't be missed. Nonetheless, his book is dropping because of that. It was also going up because of that, and it will continue to drop. Although Kang is as a character still good in the Avengers, so eventually this will bottom out, and the book will be good. It's not going to like $1, but for 6.0, it's dropping on all grade ranges. For 6.0, it will continue to drop. How about that? So, all right, next is we got Punisher #1. This is the Unlimited series, not the limited series that only ran a few issues. This one's for the ongoing series, basically. And a 9.8 one recently sold for $147. In January, it's averaging $193. That was down 24%. In all of 23, averaged $271. That was down 46%. And then it peaked in 2022 for $504. That was down 71%. I couldn't tell you why this book is dropping. The only thing I can tell you why it's dropping is because it went up way too much for whatever reason it went up. Comic boom, obviously, but it's obviously dropping at a rate. If I zoom in this graph here, now it's still going down. There's no sign in sight that I can see that it's not going to be dropping in the next 3 or 6 months. So it's at 147 for a 9.8 though. I mean, this book was selling for looks like sub $100 before the comic boom. This book to me though is above $100 book. So I will be amazed if this book drops. Not saying that you're not seeing auction sale for like $88 or something like that. But on average, I do not see this book below $100. To me, this is easily above $100 book. Guaranteed, always. I guess there's no guarantees in life. But to me, Punisher #1, ongoing series. People love the Punisher. Yeah, definitely. I don't see this dropping below 100 on average. So that can kind of be, I guess, your baseline of where you think it's going to go. Do I think it's worth $147, like a $150 book? It's still dropping. So my gut tells me that this book should be between $125 and $150. That's where this book should be. If it drops below where it currently is, to me that is a buy. Like if this was a stock or something. If it drops, so if you could get this book for $130 and a 9.8, now that doesn't mean that it's going to come down and you're buying them at $140, $130, whatever, and it drops all the way down to $100. To me, that's this overreaction, and it should pop up relatively quickly or at some point back to where it should be. To me, this book should be between $125 and $150, somewhere in there. I do not see this below a $100 book. I mean, that to me is insane, but somewhere in there. You could even make an argument that this is a $200 book, and I would probably believe you. But right now where it's at, it's hitting that point where it's like too low to me. So that's my honest opinion on this book. Take it what you will. All right. Last on this list is Batman Adventures #12, first appearance of Harley Quinn. A 9.8 recently sold for $18.75. In January, it's averaging $22.47, down 17%. A 9.8 in all 2023 is averaging $25.30. That's down 26%. And it peaked in 2021 for $45.51. So it's down about 59%. Yeah, it's still dropping. I'm looking at the graph and I mean, Harley Quinn as character really dropped off just in like movies and the zeitgeist and everything like that. She's still in that Suicide Squad video game that looks kind of cool. Um, she has her TV show. I don't know if that's still ongoing or what's going on with that. I watched a few episodes. I liked it. I was going to get back into it. So there's still a lot going on with Harley Quinn. I would not write this book off. But in terms of where it's going to be in the near future, I think it's still going to drop. Where do I think it's going to go to? I really don't know. There doesn't seem. It looked like it was dropping, showed some sign of resistance, came back up for like 6 months, and then started dropping again. So I don't know how to predict this book. I really don't know. My gut feeling is telling me that this will continue to drop, and it will hit some point. What that point is, where it'll hit some resistance and start climbing, is anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500. So right now it's at $1,875. I still think it's going to drop below this. I don't think this is the bottom by any means. That is it. Check out collectorscomics.com for our weekly auctions. Have a good day.